Hey everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I actually don't quite know how to describe this look. It's started off as one thing and then ended up being something completely and utterly different. I wanted to do something with warm and cool tones, but I didn't know what way I was going to go with them, and I also didn't know what kind of colours I had in mind. And then I started with something a little bit more warm toned, then decided to add some cool tones in and wasn't quite sure how it's going to look. I did one eye first this time and then actually stuck it out, really loved how it went, and decided to film the other side of the eye and create a tutorial. So if you want to learn how to create this look, then just keep watching.
Hi everyone, so I'm just starting off with a bit of Makeup Geek shadow. This is in the shade Early Bird, and I'm just popping this all over the eye, a little bit higher than my crease, and blending up kind of high but not too close to the brow bone. I still want this to be quite a controlled look. Now I'm going in with Makeup Geek Morocco. This is just like a really beautiful orange shade, and I'm just popping that over the top of Early Bird and just blending those two together but still deepening up my crease kind of shape. Next I'm going in with Melchior Professional. This is in the shade Lilith and it's a really beautiful burgundy deep colour, so I'm going and mapping out more of my crease shape with this colour. I'm still not being massively neat at this point. I'm going to use some clean brushes to blend out in a second, but I want to get most of that colour down before I start blending it out. And now I'm going in with a little bit of Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the shade Hot Chocolate, but it is mixed with a little bit of a deeper purple. I think it's Makeup Geek Motown. So it creates more of a purpley brown as opposed to just a brown, if that makes sense. I'm just going back in with that Melchior Professional shade just to buff over the edges and blend them together. Now cutting out my crease, I'm using the Makeup Revolution Concealer in C5. And using the same technique that I use to cut my crease as every time. What I'm making sure of here is that I want this to be quite a dense cut crease, so I'm really packing on that concealer. Going back in with Melchior Professional Lilith and a little bit of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Hot Chocolate shade. Then a little bit of Early Bird and Morocco mixed together, so we're creating more of like an ombre fade. I wasn't entirely sure what I wanted to do with this look, but I knew I wanted to do some faded colours and I was going to keep it matte, and then I just decided that the glitter looked way better over the top. Just a little bit of a matte white, that was from the Certified Tropical Wonders palette. I'm now just applying a little bit of NYX Glitter Primer. And starting off with Peaches Pigment in Mermaids, I'm just popping that on the front part of the eye so it creates an iridescent blue colour. Then going in with Peaches Makeup Famous Pigment and just blending them together, and then a little bit of Phoenix. So I'm just blending those colours together. Maybelline Gel Liner. Just cleaning up under the eye because I always feel like if you don't clean up, it looks like an absolute mess. And now just applying the Ordinary Serum Foundation. I'm still not sure whether I love or hate this foundation. It's taking me a little bit of a time to process it, but it's a really great colour for when I'm fake tan, so I'm going to keep wearing it for a little bit and see how I feel. I'm also just using an Aphrodite London brush. This is just a buffing brush. And I'm now using the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define in C5 again. And now I'm just taking the colours that I used on top. Starting off with Makeup Geek Morocco. I never actually use the transition shade under the eye just because I feel like there's not really much point. But you can if you do feel like you need to. I just don't need it, if that makes sense. Now popping on a little bit of that Anastasia Beverly Hills Hot Chocolate shadow just under the eye, and just to give it that little bit of a purpley look under there. And now going in with the NYX, this is the dark brown jumbo pencil. And then just using that hot chocolate shade again just to blend all of this out. I didn't want to go with a black, I prefer a brown with all of these warm tones. And now just popping a little bit of Peaches Mermaid's pigment just underneath the eye as well. I've not really done this before, but I just felt like it needed a little bit of something going on underneath the eye. So I'm just popping that Mermaid just over the top without any primer because the pencil is quite sticky and waxy. And now I'm just going in with a little bit of Starlight pigment as well. This video was a bit more like, how many pigments can you fit on your eye at one time? And now just sticking on some Eldora H167s. I do at some point want to do an entire video on lashes, like what lashes are best for you, things like that. But I love these because they've still got drama with the lash, but they don't close off my eye shape, so you can really see the eyeshadow going on behind it too. Just a little bit of bronzer now. I have sped through this bit and I didn't include what I did on my skin, but I did do my bronzer. I added some freckles and the highlighting drops as well. It's the same routine that I do in pretty much every single video. And then just put some stripped down lip liner on and some NYX Butter Gloss in Madeline. And we're all done. This is the complete finished look. I did film this a little bit later, hence why the lip isn't actually on anymore. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe and leave a like if you did, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.